The Stars Figure Eight League is on the air, live from Irwindale Speedway. It's the Short Track All-Star Racing Series. Figure Eight League. Two cars in competition tonight, Hornet divisions. We have the Volkswagen Jetta TDI and the Mazda MX-5. For those of you in North America, that's the Miata. So, four cylinders doing battle tonight here at the mythical Irwindale Speedway. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you, joined with me by my partner in crime, the man, the myth, the living legend himself, of course, Mr. Kevin Cunyu. Kevin, this is your first trip here, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it?
It is indeed, Tony. And whoa, this is a wild-looking track. It looks like it's going to be a fun night.
Very fun, very fast track, and two divisions in competition tonight. It is a multi-class race. Many of the drivers driving the four-door Volkswagen Jetta TDI diesel, and then you have the open top. You can see the drivers sweating as they go through the intersection. Mazda MX-5 Miata. A lot of decent paint schemes here tonight. And a lot of interesting racing yet to come. This is our first venture with the bear with me here. This is our first venture here with the Stars series. Now they do run some oval stuff on Monday nights. This is, of course, their Figure Eight League. As wow, that was tight in the crossover, and everybody eats hot garbage going into turn number 3. But just waiting on. Of course, I can't grab anybody. Bear with me, folks. Teething pains. But we are currently under qualifying, and we're going to reach out now to the chief cook and bottle washer, the lovely and talented, of course, we are talking about Miss Layla Wilson. Layla, we've been doing this a long time, and I'm glad I can finally get the Stars Figure 8 series on ESPN. Thank you for inviting us into your home tonight.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I guess this would qualify as my home by this point.
Track you grew up coming to as a kid and actually raced on in real life. So
well, not the Figure 8, to be fair.
Not the Figure 8, but this facility.
Yeah.
So we noticed that there's two classes of cars tonight. We've got, of course, the Volkswagen Jetta TDI diesel and the Mazda MX-5 Miata. What can we expect as far as a performance difference between the two cars? I mean, I'm looking at the lap times, and it looks like there's about a second gap between the cars.
And the funny part about that is I've got the Jetta weighed down 500 pounds with a 5% power decrease because I was trying to get the cars a little bit closer. And it really doesn't do a lot to sort of notch down what that diesel is capable of. And, you know, since I wanted to have a free optional car for anybody to be able to join, in comes the Mazda because it's the most comparable. And, that's going to make the intersection battle for both classes really interesting. You're going to see a lot of split-second decisions, a lot of juking and diving, a lot of, slamming the brakes too late on both parties and getting together. So it's really going to come down to the intersection with these two classes out here. With one class, you might be in a big pack the whole time, but two classes, it's guaranteed.
Absolutely. Well, Layla, thank you for allowing us to bring this to the masses. We're looking forward to doing this weekly. And I personally would like to extend an invitation to everybody watching. Come join us next week, because this is probably the most fun that you can have in iRacing, personal opinion. Figure eight racing, where it's actually racing. You guys actually race this class,
Yes,
not
yes, we do.
turn
It's
it
not a
into
crash
a
'em up
perp.
derby.
Yeah, not purposely turn this into a demolition derby like many other figure eight air quote races turn out to be. Well, looks like the cars are gridding up. Pole position for Miss Layla Wilson tonight. So Layla, we're going to let you get to it. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we're talking to you in about 40 laps in time.
Well, if I don't end up upside down on fire, I'll see if I can hold up my end of the bargain. See you later.
All right. So that was Miss Layla Wilson, Chief Cook and Bottle Washer here in the Stars Figure Eight League. Of course, sitting on pole in the number 98. She's going to be joined on the front row with Mr. Mike Main, driving the green and silver number 97. Mark Buskey and Joe Cowan are going to make up row number 2 with Paul Crumry, and we are underway already. Sorry about that, folks. As it's going to be Paul Crumry, Nate Siefker, Frank Marchese, and Dylan Davidson in the Mazdas, as Wilson jumps out to an early lead, and you've got a gaggle of angry wolves behind her. That's Mike Main, Joe Cowan in the Hoosier 99, Mark Buskey in the Whammo 35, kind of fitting considering it's a figure eight. And then we've got Nate Siefker in the ESBN house car, fighting it out with Paul Crumry in another Jetta, which looks like Paul had to visit the local pick and pull to get that car pieced together with all the different colored body panels on there.
That's about right.
As and then you got Frank Marchese in the Mets number 41. Of course, tribute car to Mr. Tom Sieber, who is on the hood. And Dylan Davidson driving the 17C, number 8 on your scoring and timing and scoring, going a lap down to Wilson already. Look for things to start to pick up here in the intersection, as Wilson is just laying down qualifying laps right now. And Davidson making it kind of difficult for Cowan to get by, and Cowan does the undercut going through 1 and 2. Finally gets by the lapper. As the question is, does anybody have anything for Wilson tonight? As business really picking up. That's Frank Marchese that you could see sneaking through the intersection there in front of Wilson. Gonna come around pretty quick here, as they're getting into it. So one more lap maybe. What happens here? Marchese wisely jams on the binders, giving Wilson plenty of room, no pressure there. So Cowan finally got it sorted out. He's starting to try to reel in Wilson, as Main and Buskey still slugging it out for the number 3.
And Cowan gets it.
Cowan gets it in the intersection. Good.
And again.
Oh! That has injury to insult. Jeepers. And Davidson gets it again. And now Cowan's got to deal with Main and Buskey, as he's trying to split the difference between the two of them coming through the intersection. So the intersection already paying dividends. Oh!
That was close.
Another coat of paint, they would have been in trouble. That was Buskey that almost collected Cowan. Let's see what happens this time, as Cowan carries enough speed to make it through safely. And Wilson has taken evasive action. That was, I believe that was Nate Siefker that she just tried to avoid, as she comes up to put another lap on Davidson, whose car has definitely seen better days. Oh!
Well, look at Mike Main.
Mike Main is closed up because of that little mistake there by Wilson. She tried to swerve to miss Seifker, who was jamming on the binders, and that cost Wilson a ton of time. What was a 2-second gap now down to, I've got it just under a second. About 4 car lengths as business starting to calm down a little bit in the intersection as Main and Cowan, ever so close. This is getting interesting in that intersection.
That intersection is definitely a very.
That was Seifker that caught it that time. Nate Seifker, your Miata class leader.
Whoops.
As Wilson coming up to put a lap on, looks like Marchese. Yes. And business starting to pick up again in the intersection as okay, Cowan makes it through safe. Let's see what happens this time. As Davidson almost
who's that
catches
spun
it
out?
there. That was I missed it. Probably Marchese if it was the orange one.
No, it was the white and that white and black Mazda at the back there. Is that Dylan Davidson?
That would be Dylan Davidson, who is coming up to get lapped by Joe Cowan.
Oh, that was Frank, actually. Sorry.
Okay, so
Whoa, what are we missing here?
that was Davidson and Seifker getting into it. And it looks like Seifker caught it in the door. Now, these guys do have Yikes. No idea who that was. I'm sorry about this, folks.
Mike Main just caught somebody.
That was Main and Cowan getting into it. As Cowan is missing his trunk lid. Now, as Cowan's going to tow, that looked like that may have knocked the fuel tank out of that one. And Cowan having connection issues right now, so hopefully he'll be able to make it back. So
Wilson's just run away.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 5-second gap right now as she puts another lap on, I believe that was Davidson. Yes. And how about Paul Crumry? Started 5th, currently running in 3rd, right on the back bumper of Mike Main. You got to think Main's got a little bit of damage after that contact with Cowan.
Yeah, he seems to be going slower than he was capable of earlier.
And Paul Crumry finally getting the hang of how to get around this track in the Jetta. Starting to crank off some pretty decent laps. That would have put him a little bit higher up than where he started in qualifying. As Mark Buskey, yikes, that was...
Great move by Mike Main, just caught Paul Crumry sleeping there.
Yeah, and that probably shook Crumry, not used to the door banging that you're able to get away with on short tracks. Crumry, the name you might recognize from our Top Fuel broadcast, normally an open wheel specialist. Good to see him coming out and playing now as Wilson getting ever so close into the crossroads of that's Buskey and Seifker. Yes, it is. Lets up there a little bit to give herself some breathing room. Up to 6-second lead now. As kind of dogging it there as Seifker and Buskey still slugging it out. Now, mind you, that's not for position,
no.
But it is. That was ever so close.
Buskey just Wilson just whizzed past the bumper of Buskey.
She's keeping an eye on where those guys are, and you got to think that it's got to be frustrating as those guys are battling. They're holding each other up a little bit, and that's holding Wilson up. And that's let Mike Main cut 2 seconds into the lead that Wilson has, as Buskey finally gets clear of one of the Miatas, and now, oh, baby. Thank goodness Dylan Davidson had that was Seifker that had connection issues, or else I think Wilson probably would have clobbered him.
Sometimes it works in your favor.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. As right now, driving the Tom Seaver number 41 tribute car, that is Frank Marchese leading the MX-5 class right now. As I believe he's the only one that hasn't really caught a car to the face yet, other than Wilson.
No, he had that spin out that I saw, but other than that, he's been clean.
Jams on the winders to avoid Buskey as Wilson just hammered down right by him. Now, we did hear Layla say that there was a 500-pound and I believe she said 5% performance difference. And that just shows you that just shows you the power of the Jetta, yes, Jettagate. There, I said it, but that diesel is no joke.
Nope, it's certainly not.
As it looks like Main and Crumry still slugging it out for the number 2 slot in the Jetta race. Crumry with a little bit of an advantage now as he's in front of Main again in the pick and pull special. Oh,
what?
Nate Seifker just annihilated Frank Marchese. As Marchese trying to rejoin, that Miata is
amazing. You're just, that was bad.
Yeah, you're not live, bud.
No, I just did an instant replay.
Oh, even better. But it looks like Seifker might take it pit Marchese wisely jamming on the binders there to get it woed up.
And Wilson just did the same thing in the at the intersection.
And that has allowed Crumry and Main to reel her in. And they can see her now as Buskey almost collecting Wilson there. Both of them kind of taking it easy through that intersection. Wilson hammered down, gets the clear off Buskey there. Now she's got to deal with the lap traffic. That looks like Dylan Davidson as Seifker just spins it on his own coming through the latter part of the right-hander. And that is now for position between Davidson and Seifker.
Whoa!
Buskey catches one to the door. So that's going to get, and he takes it right to the pits to get that one. Oh, no, he didn't. Got it spun around and back underway as Wilson dealing with the lap cars, the Miatas there. That's letting Crumry reel her in. He can see her now, and you got to think that
he's in the same shot as her. That hasn't happened all night.
And you've got to think that right now those front tires are just screaming for mercy as we are 5 to go. Wilson trying to get around Seifker now, and Seifker giving a little bit of room. A lot of damage on that MX-5 as Crumry right on the back bumper of Wilson now. He can smell it. First time running with these guys. He wants that victory badly. Wilson, just one of the masters of figure 8 racing. She's been doing this for quite a few years on sim racing, and I have yet to find someone that's better. But Crumry right there with her.
The this is a great view we have from inside the cockpit as Krumrine chases behind Wilson.
And you can see, just how much he's working that steering wheel. He's really trying to get after it. And you see Wilson kind of taking a different line. She's diamonding the corners to carry as much speed in as she can, and then get a good exit to get that car as straight as possible on exit. Krumrine kind of arcing the corners, and we're seeing that, especially coming into 2, which is a real weird angle corner. It seems to be working a little bit better for Wilson, as she's still turning qualifying times, as we're coming up to take the white flag this time by. Wilson takes the white flag. Marchese gives plenty of room. He's got the class win by 2 laps right now in the MX-5, as Krumrine's going to have one final shot at her as they come out to the final corner. It's academic, unless and misses. Layla Wilson, your winner in the Wilson, the winner in the Jetta. Frank Marchese, your MX-5 winner. So we are going to bear with me 1 second, folks. I'm trying to get our interviews lined up, as again, we are going to reach out now. Hopefully. So what we're going to, and there we go. We have.
It's me.
And we have our Jetta winner. That, of course, would be the lovely and talented Miss Layla Wilson. Layla, you pretty much had the race all to yourself. Couple close calls there, but you just showed just how much experience you have running figure 8 races in iRacing. You kind of know, okay, I need to jam on the brakes here. I can go, full tilt now. And you kind of showed that expertise. But at the end there, you got to give Krumrine credit. First time in the series, and he gave you a run there at the end.
Oh, yeah. He was really methodically, because I was watching the F3, and he was really methodically picking off cars, choosing where to pass them. And I saw him getting closer and closer. I'm like, I've got to stop playing it safe, because I had that cushion a little while before that. So I'm like, okay, I can kind of fit in behind cars, and I can kind of, ease my way around here and there. But when he started coming, I was like, man, I gotta go. So I just started sending it through the intersection and, saying a little prayer each time. But he had a shot at me off the final corner too. He really got in there, and I was like, I thought it was going to be a drag race for a minute, but the angle was just bad, and I got real lucky there. I don't think that was my race to win, but I'll take it.
Well, everybody was kind of slugging it out there at the end. I believe you're the only one. Let me double check here. You are the only one who did not have contact during this race. Everybody else had it hit at least 2 other cars.
Yeah, that's not easy to do. That one I'd say comes with experience. Like, you can get around the track, you can get laps in, and still, bump into a lot of stuff just by the nature of the track. You've got these, it's like, what's that, 270 degrees worth of turn instead of 180, and the entrance and the exit are almost as bad as the intersection for people kind of just ending up in the same place at the same time. So it's really it's half luck and half just knowing what the cars around you are going to do and what they're planning to do. And it's pretty easy to do with the Mazdas. When I got around them, I kind of know what they're going to do, but the other Jettas, not so much.
Right. And, speaking of the Mazdas, we are going to reach out now. Well, we got you here, Layla. We're going to reach out now to our Mazda class winner. That, of course, is Mr. Frank Marchese. Frank, wow.
Yeah, wow. The only I didn't even know I was leading the class until Nate said something after the race. I had no clue. I was
Yeah,
driving.
but you were close to keeping it clean until you got into it with. Okay, so if we could get a shot of Wilson's car right now, you're about to see some fun and excitement.
I got high centered. I almost had it, but I got high centered. I pushed Mike; he did it, but
I saw that.
yeah,
But
it's the Irwindale tradition.
Yes, absolutely. We'll explain that after. But Frank, you had a great race going. You did catch a car to the door once, and that was, of course, Nate Siefker, who just annihilated the ESPN house car tonight.
Yeah, it's it was a lot of work because I just got a new clutch pedal, so now I'm trying to learn how to actually drive a car. So trying to work the clutch, because if you don't clutch it right, these things will just sit in neutral. So trying to work that and pay attention, it was a lot, and I guess I got caught out once. I just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. But as far as that goes, your thoughts on the race? Because I don't think you've ever done a figure eight before, have you?
No, never, not even in the week 14 or 13 stuff. So this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a completely different challenge for me. These cars were a lot more stable than I thought they were going to be. And yeah, I mean, I had an absolute blast doing this race tonight.
Scale of 1 to 10, chances of you coming back for next week's event.
It depends on what's going on, because I have as you know, I have the prior engagement with the
Right.
iRacing East Super Speedway Series. So I mean, there's a possibility.
All right. Well, good news is, Layla, if you want to break the news to everybody now.
Yeah. So I'll be moving these to Thursdays next season. Still the same start time. If we can keep the car counts at this level, I'm gonna have a super stock race for after the Hornets here. But yeah, Thursday I think probably a bit of a better fit. I know a lot of tracks run on Fridays, and a lot of people got stuff to do on Fridays, so we'll be moving to Thursday next season, and hopefully, maybe we'll have a second race to go with it.
That sounds like an awesome plan. So, I'm going to run down the finishing order real quick. Layla Wilson, of course, coming home with the Jetta victory. Paul Krumrye, very close second place. Mike Main hanging on for third. Mark Buskey having some difficult issues tonight, getting caught a lap down after quite a few tangles with some MX-5s. Frank Marchese, your MX-5 class winner, coming home fifth overall. Nate Siefker coming home in sixth. A lap difference between the two of them. Dylan Davidson, not the night he was hoping for, but still decent showing. And Joe Cowan, not the night he was hoping for, put it on the hauler early in eighth. So that is going to about do it for us tonight. Now, Layla, real quick, stars, STARS. There was something else if somebody wants to join this league in iRacing, it's Stars Short Track Auto Racing Series. We still have Layla. We do not.
Hello.
Yeah.
I had my mic muted. I was talking the whole time. Okay, so this is all Joe's baby, Joe Cowan. We're going to be running 3 nights a week in the Short Track Auto Race Series. Monday nights, we're going to do the 87 cars on tracks a mile and less, so it's mostly short track racing. Joe's already got season 2 planned out for that, and it's looking like it's going to be really good. Tuesday nights we're going to be playing in the dirt. He's working on that right now. I'm pretty sure he has the schedule figured out. I believe we're going to be running the 305 wing sprint car, just so people who aren't used to dirt yet can get used to it. But don't quote me on that. Joe will know. And then Thursday night is going to be the figure 8 league, and then we'll do challenge mode on Friday nights for those who want to get a little weird.
As I remember back when I used to be able to run with you guys, it was the Bad Dudes Challenges.
That's the one, yeah. I changed it to challenge mode because it sounded more. I figure more people will get what we're trying to do with it, but we'll see.
So, in the iRacing League section, it's STARS Short Track Auto Racing Series, correct? If they
Yeah.
just search STARS,
yeah, they'll find us.
Joe Cowan, COWIN, your league founder. Real quick, we are going to jump to Paul Crumry, who did finish second in the Jettas. Paul, you really gave the Fox a run for her money towards the end there.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't even realize I was chasing down the leader till I didn't have anything set up on this car, so I was trying to figure out where I was. Just jumped in it.
That's the beauty of the Jettas. There's nothing really to set up other than pull fuel out.
Yeah, I mean the whole, the buttons and everything. It made me reconfigure everything. I don't know why I did that, but I couldn't move my black boxes. So I actually didn't even know what spot I was in until the end when I was like, wait a second, did I just take second spot? So that was fun. I've never run the Jettas. I just bought it 3 minutes before the race started and never raced figure 8 before, so it was kind of fun.
Well, I was about to ask you, how many different pick and pulls did you have to go to get the body panels to make that car work?
Actually, you had said, hey, make it a Saturday night special or a Friday night special car, and I just found that on Trading Paints and said, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, we're going to need to get you something that actually looks race car-esque, not a reject from a you pull you save lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Paul, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Frank earlier. Scale of 1 to 10, odds on you joining us again for next week's event.
Oh, absolutely. This was fun, and I think it was the 35, the Whammo car. I apologize to. I got a little bit on the inside, and we got together, and I think that person spun, and I apologize for that. But yeah, oh my gosh, this was so much fun. I was like, this is what it's meant to be. I'm not only do I do the Indy cars, but I'm a dirt track driver, so I love the dirt track, and this just reminds me of being able to slide around and do a little drifting at the dirt car. So I will definitely be hooked, and even when they do the Thursday night move, it'll be awesome. It'll be even better for me yet.
All right. Well, Kevin, I'm going to put you on the spot. Your closing thoughts as we get ready to leave Irwindale and head to challenge mode, which we're not going to bring you challenge mode, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to do that, you're going to have to look for Layla's name in the hosted sessions, but it's probably going to be car and track combinations that you normally wouldn't expect to go together, if memory serves me correctly. Just some of the wildest combinations that you're gonna see, but so much fun. Here we go. I have the schedule in front of us now. There's a possibility of an expensive car figure 8 with the Ferrari, BMW, Mercedes, Cadillac, and so on. The 87 cars at Knoxville.
Wow.
The Legends car and the midget at Chili Bowl, of course. The Legends at Knoxville, but you can only use the extreme inside. In other words, the pit access area is all you're allowed to run on. So it takes that half mile and turns it into about a 3/8 mile. And then comes the one I'm looking forward to seeing. It's the Pro 2 and Pro 4 stadium trucks at Bristol.
Those are fun. I've actually done that. It's awesome.
So much fun. I'm gritting my
I'm like an
teeth right
evil
now.
sorceress of racing.
I'm gritting my teeth right now in so much anger because this sounds like so much fun, and I don't have my wheel and pedal set where I am, so I'm
Soon.
kind of pissed. But
Well, I'm
look,
grinning. My cheeks are hurting because I've just been grinning so much this whole race. It's been awesome. Like I had a blast. So I'm really looking forward to the coming weeks.
absolutely.
Awesome.
Now, Layla, are you guys doing anything special for week 13, 14, whatever they want to
Uh,
call it this time?
I might. I was originally going to take the night off, but then it seems like everybody's like really excited. So I'm like, yeah, I'll run something like a non-points race, and we'll go out and maybe we'll use the super stocks or something like that. And just race around a little bit, see how it goes.
Sounds like a game plan. So that is going to about do it for us tonight. For Mr. Kevin Cunio, this is Tony Trapasso saying we'll see you next week. And Mom, come get me. I am done.